ألم تر إلا الذين أوتوا نصيبا من الكتاب يدعون إلى كتاب الله يحكم بينهم ثم يتولى فريق منهم وهم موردون ذلك بأنهم قالوا لن تمسنا
Fatiha. Oh, that's gonna be fun.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم تر إلا الذين أوتوا نصيبا من الكتاب يدعون إلى كتاب الله يحكم بينهم ثم يتولى فريق منهم وهم موردون ذلك بأنهم قالوا لن تمس النار إلا أياما معدودات وغرهم في دينهم ما كانوا يفترون فكيف إذا جمعناهم ليوم لا ريب فيه ووفي كل نفس ما كسبت وهم لا يظلمون قل اللهم مالك الملك تؤتي الملك من تشاء وتنزع الملك ممن تشاء وتعز من تشاء وتذل من تشاء بيدك الخير إنك على كل شيء قدير تولج الليل في النار وتولج النهار في الليل وتخرج الحي من الميت وتخرج الميت من الحي وترزق من تشاء بغير حساب Sadakallahul azim. Seyyid-i kainat Hazreti Muhammed Mustafa'ra salavat. Allahümme salli ala seyyidina Muhammed ve ala seyyidina Muhammed. Allah adın zikredelim evvela, vacip oldu cümle işte her kula. Allah adın her kim ol evvel ana, her işi asanide Allah ana. Allah adı olsa her işin önü, herkes epter olmaya anın sonu. Her nefeste Allah adın dimidam, Allah adıyla olur her iş tamam. Bir kez Allah dese aşk ile lisan, dökülür cümle günah misli hazan. Ola kim rahmet kıla ol padişah, ol kerimi ol rahimi ol ilah. Birdir ol birliğine şerk durur, gerçi yanlış söyleyenler çok durur. Cümle alem yok iken ol var idi, yaratılmışlardan gani cebbar idi. Var iken ol yok idi insü melek, arşı ferşü ayı gün hemnü felek. Ol dedi bir kere var oldu cihan, olmadirse mahvolurdu ol dem hemen. Her şedek gelir dünülürse bu kelam, nice harş ola bu olmaya tamam. Ey azizler başlarız işte bu söze, bir vasiyet kılarız illa size. Ol vasiyet kimdirem her kim tuta, mis gibi kokular canlarda tüte. Hak Teala rahmet eyle ya ana, kim beni ol bir dua ile ana. Her iki diler bu duada buluna, Fatiha ihsan ede ben kuluna.
Allahümme salli ala seyyidina Muhammedin nebil ümmi ve ala alihi ve sahbihi ve sellem. Allahümme salli ala seyyidina Muhammedin nebil ümmi ve ala alihi ve sahbihi ve sellem. Allahümme salli ala seyyidina Muhammedin nebil ümmi ve ala alihi ve sahbihi ve sellem.
Yaratılmış cümle oldu şaduman, gam gidip alem yeniden buldu can. Cümle zeratı cihan edip nida, çaruşuban dediler kim merhaba. Merhaba ey Ali Sultan merhaba, merhaba ey kan irfan merhaba, merhaba ey sırrı furkan merhaba, merhaba ey derde derman merhaba. Merhaba ey bülbülü bağ cemal, merhaba ey aşinayı zülcelal, merhaba ey asi ümmet melceyi, merhaba ey çaresizler eşfeyi. Merhaba ey kuratül ayni halil, merhaba ey hasu mahbubu celil, merhaba ey rahmeten lil alemin, merhaba sensin şefil müzbinin. Merhaba ey padişahu cihan, senin için oldu kemin ile mekan. Ey cemali gün yüzü bedri munir, ey kamu düşmüşlere sensin destegir. Destegirsin kamu üfdedinin, hem penahı bendevü azadenin. Allahümme salli ala seyyidina Muhammedin nebil ümmi ve ala alihi ve sahbihi ve sellem. Allahümme salli ala seyyidina Muhammedin nebil ümmi ve ala alihi ve sahbihi ve sellem.
Allahümme salli ala seyyidina Muhammedin nebil ümmi ve ala alihi ve sahbihi شرف النبي مصطفى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم شيخنا خاصة سلطان أولياء الشيخ عبد الله شيخ سلطان صاحب وسلم الفاتحة. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله استغفر الله العظيم الذي لا اله الا هو الحي القيوم واتوب اليه من كل ذنب معصية من كل ما يخالف دين الاسلام من كل ما يخالف الشريعة من كل ما يخالف الطريقات من كل ما يخالف المعرفات من كل ما يخالف الحقيقات من كل ما يخالف عظمة يا ارحم الراحمين. أودا نكامة شهادة عندك يا رسول الله وهي لنا ورية يا مكياس رحمة للعالمين. اللهم يا مسبب الأسباب يا مفتح الأبواب يا مقلب القلوب والأبصار يا دليل المتحيرين يا غياث المستغيثين يا حي يا قيوم يا ذو الجلال والإكرام وفي أمر الله إن الله باسل بالعباد. رابطه الشريف. Connect your heart to Sheikh. فاتحة الشريف. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. صلوات الشريف. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد محمد وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم ألم نشرح بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب الله. إخلاص الشريف بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد الله. فاتحة الشريف بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. صلوات الشريف اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. صل يا ربي وسلم على جميع الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى كل أجمعين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب قد آتيتني من الملك وعلمتني من تأويل الأحاديث فاطر السماوات والأرض أنت ولي في الدنيا والآخرة توفني مسلما والحقني بالصالحين. آمنا بالله صدق الله العظيم. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. إلى شرف النبي المصطفى صلى الله عليه وآله وصحبه الكرام ولا مشايخنا في الطريق نقشبندية العليا خاصة لروح إمام الطارق ووارث الخالقة خوالي شهاب بعد نشمل سبو خالد سلطان الأولياء أشرف فايز داستاني من فقرات الحج فاتح رباني سلطان الأولياء كبد الإسلام صاحب الزمان شيخ سلطان مولانا محمد ناظم بعد حقاني ختم خواج قلم الخالق الخجواني صاحب السيف شيخ عبد المقدس الرباني ولا سيدنا والصديقين.
الفاتحة. فاعلم أنه لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا الحمد لله رب العالمين.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب قد آتيتني من الملك وعلمتني من تأويل الأحاديث فاطر السماوات والأرض أنت ولي في الدنيا والآخرة توفني مسلما والحقني بالصالحين آمنا بالله صدق الله العظيم سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين إلى شرف النبي المصطفى صلى الله تعالى عليه وآله وصحبه الكرام ولا مشايخنا في الطريق نقشبندية العليا خاصة روح إمام الطارق ووالد الخالقة وعلى شيخ بعد نشمل بخاري سلطان الأولياء أشرف فايز دار السالم بالفقرات الحج فاتح رباني سلطان الأولياء كبر الإسلام صاحب الزمان شيخ سلطان مولانا محمد ناظم بعد الحقاني ختم خواج قلم الخالق الخجواني صاحب السيف شيخ عبد الملك السرباني ولا سيدنا والصديقين
الفاتحة. فاعلم أنه لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله إلا الله ما في قلبي غير الله غير محمد صلى الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله غير الله غير محمد صلى الله نور محمد صلى الله نور محمد صلى الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله حسبي ربي جل الله ما في قلبي غير الله غير محمد صلى الله نور محمد صلى الله غير محمد صلى الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله محمد حبيب الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله محمد كريم الله عليه الصلاة والسلام يا طبيب القلوب مدد يا صاحب الصيف همت يا صاحب الصيف شفاعة يا صاحب الصيف مدد المدد يا صاحب المكان يا صاحب الزمان يا صاحب الصيف يا صاحب الميدان مدد مدد يا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا حسبنا الله نعم الوكيل نعم المولى نعم النصير ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم على بذكر الله تطمئن قلوب بلى الله الله الله الله الله الله الله الله الله الله الله الله الله الله الله الله الله حسبنا الله نعم الوكيل نعم المولى نعم النصير ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. Ooh. hak, hak, hak, hak, hak, hak, hak, hak, hak, hak, hak, hak, hak, hak, hak, hak, hak, hak, hak, hak, hak, hak, hak, hak, hak, hak, hak, hak, hak, hak, hak, hak, hak, hak, hak, hak, hak. Hasbinallah ni'mal vakil. Hay, hay, hay, hay, hay, hay, hay, hay, hay, hay, hay, hay, hay, hay, hay, hay, hay, hay, hay, hay, hay, hay, hay, hay, hay, hay, hay, hay, hay, hay, hay, hay. Hasbinallah ni'mal vakil, ni'mal mevla, ni'mal nasir. ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. الله هو الله حق، الله هو الله حق، الله هو الله حق، الله هو الله حق، الله هو الله حق، الله هو الله حق، الله هو الله حق، الله هو الله حق، الله هو الله حي، الله هو الله حي، الله هو الله حي، الله هو الله حي، الله هو الله حي، الله هو الله حي، الله يا قيوم، الله يا قيوم، الله يا قيوم، الله يا قيوم، الله يا قيوم، الله يا قيوم، الله يا قيوم، الله يا قيوم، الله يا كريم، الله يا كريم، الله يا كريم، الله يا كريم، الله يا كريم، الله يا كريم، الله يا كريم، الله يا كريم، الله يا نظيم، الله يا نظيم، الله يا نظيم، الله يا نظيم، الله يا نظيم، الله يا نظيم، الله يا نظيم، الله يا نظيم، الله يا عظيم، الله يا عظيم، الله يا عظيم، الله يا عظيم، الله يا علي، الله يا علي، الله يا علي، الله يا علي، الله يا عليم، الله يا عليم، الله يا عليم، الله يا ملك، الله يا ملك، الله يا ملك، الله يا ملك، الله يا سلطان، الله يا سلطان، الله يا سلطان، الله يا سلطان، الله يا سبحان، الله يا سبحان، الله يا سبحان، الله يا سبحان، الله يا حني، الله يا حني، الله يا حني، الله يا حني، الله يا علي، الله يا علي، الله يا علي، الله يا علي، الله يا عليم، الله يا علي، الله يا عليم، الله يا الله يا رشيد، الله يا رشيد، يا رشيد، الله يا رشيد، الله يا كريم، الله يا كريم، يا كريم، الله يا كريم، الله يا أكرم، الله يا أكرم، الله يا أكرم، الله يا أكرم، الله يا علي، الله يا علي، الله يا علي، الله يا علي، الله يا ولي، الله يا ولي، يا ولي، الله يا ولي، الله يا وهاب، الله يا وهاب، الله يا وهاب، يا وهاب، الله يا عليم، الله يا عليم، الله يا عليم، الله يا عليم، الله يا جمال، الله يا قدير، الله يا قدير، الله يا قدير، الله يا قدير، الله يا مقتدر، الله يا مقتدر، الله يا مقتدر، الله يا مقتدر، الله يا وهاب، الله يا وهاب، الله يا وهاب، الله يا وهاب، الله يا غني، الله يا غني، يا غني، الله يا غني، الله يا رزاق، الله يا رزاق، يا رزاق، الله يا رزاق، الله يا كريم، الله يا كريم، الله يا كريم، الله يا كريم، الله يا فتاح، الله يا فتاح، الله يا فتاح، الله يا فتاح، الله يا ستار، الله يا ستار، يا ستار، الله يا ستار، الله يا ولي، يا ولي، الله يا ولي، الله يا ولي، الله يا علي، الله يا علي، هيا علي الله هيا علي الله هيا غفار الله هيا غفار هيا غفار الله هيا غفار الله هيا غفور الله هيا غفور الله هيا غفور الله هيا غفور الله هيا لطيف الله هيا لطيف الله هيا لطيف الله هيا لطيف الله هيا حنان الله هيا حنان هيا حنان الله هيا الله هيا منان الله هيا منان الله هيا منان الله هيا منان الله هيا ديان الله هيا ديان هيا ديان الله هيا ديان الله هيا سبحان الله هيا سبحان الله هيا سبحان الله هيا سبحان الله هيا سلطان الله هيا سلطان الله هيا سلطان الله هيا سلطان الله هيا سلطان الله هيا سلطان الله هيا سلطان
واصحابه السالكين على منهاجه قومه اجعلنا من خير امته وحسنا بذيل حرمته واحشنا من في زمرته واسعنا سنتنا في مدحه ونصرته وحنا متمسكنا بسنته وطاعته ومن اللهم على حبه وجماعته اللهم اغفر وانجنا فلما ندخلها واجعل ما في قصورها فلما لمن ينزلها وارحمنا ما في الخلائق فترحمها اللهم ارزقنا زيارته في كل سنه ولا نغفلك ولا نعرفه قبل السنه اللهم لا جمعات ذنوبا وستتبين الى المغفره والنورا اللهم انه كان معنا في السماء ما يخلق في مثلها ومن فضله رحمهم الله اللهم ارحمنا هذا الصنف اصحاب القبور وفقنا قاسناه على امام الدهور اللهم اجعلنا اليك ذاكرين ولماك شاكرين واليوم لقاك من الذاكرين وحين طاعتك مشغولين ولا توفيتنا وفتوفنا ولا مقتولين ولا مخذولين واختم لنا بخير اجمعين اللهم اكفنا شر الظالمين اللهم اكفنا شر الظالمين اللهم اكفنا شر الظالمين واجعل من فتنة هذه الدنيا سالمين اللهم اجعل هذا الرسول لنا شفيعا وارزقنا به يوم القيامة مقاما رافعا اللهم اسقنا من حوض نبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم شربة هانية ما دور وغدا اللهم اغفر لنا به لابنا وهات مشايخنا ولمنا وذو الحقوق علينا ولما يجهد الخير في هذه الساعة ولجميع المؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الاحياء منهم والاموات انك انت القريب مجيب الدعوات وقاضي الحاجات وقاضي الحاجات وقاضي الحاجات غافر الذنوب والخطيئات يا ارحم الراحمين يا ارحم الراحمين يا ارحم الراحمين وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى اله وصحبه وسلم سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Ya Rabbi, all praises are due to you. May your peace and blessings be on the Holy Prophet Islam and his family and his companions. Ya Rabbi, bless our grand Sheikh Sultan Amini, Sheikh Maulana Muhammad Nazir Al-Kani, Ya Rabbi. Bless our Sheikh Sahib Hussain, Sheikh Abu Bakr Kusir Rahmani, Ya Rabbi. Raise them to higher and higher and high stations, Ya Rabbi. Ya Rabbi, give long, strong, healthy life to Sheikh Marthan, Ya Rabbi. Make us be better ones for him, Ya Rabbi. Make us be better ones this way, Ya Rabbi. Ya Rabbi, in this holy night of the Urs of Sahib Hussain, Sheikh Abu Bakr Kusir Rahmani, Ya Rabbi. We're asking you to please accept and let it to reach to him all of the Qur'an Kareem and Yasin Sharif and Fatih and Salawats that everyone from around the world has read for him, Ya Rabbi. Ya Rabbi, let it to be a wasila between us and him, Ya Rabbi, and a shafaat with the Holy Prophet Islam, Ya Rabbi. Ya Rabbi, raise his station higher and higher, Ya Rabbi. Ya Rabbi, we're thanking you for letting to be in his Jamaat, Ya Rabbi, for letting us to know him, Ya Rabbi, for letting us to know his name, Ya Rabbi, for letting us to remember him, Ya Rabbi. Ya Rabbi, send his support more to us, Ya Rabbi, send his himmat more to us, Ya Rabbi. Ya Rabbi, he's one of your lions, Ya Rabbi. Make us to have that kind of bravery for the sake of Islam, Ya Rabbi. Make us to have that kind of strength for the sake of Islam, Ya Rabbi. Make us to be able to speak words of haqq like that, Ya Rabbi. Make us to stand up for haqq like that, Ya Rabbi. Ya Rabbi, this world is in need of that kind of spirit, Ya Rabbi. Raise his station higher, Ya Rabbi. Let his himmat to be with us, Ya Rabbi. Ya Rabbi, give us the sincerity to our Shaykh like he had to Shaykh Maulana, Ya Rabbi. Ya Rabbi, make us to stand and defend our Shaykh like he defended Shaykh Maulana, Ya Rabbi. Ya Rabbi, let our generations to be like him, Ya Rabbi. Ya Rabbi, help us to spread the mission of Sahib Saif, Ya Rabbi. Ya Rabbi, make us to honor and raise the inheritor of Sahib Saif Sheikh Luqman Effendi, Ya Rabbi. Thank you for giving us an inheritor to him, Ya Rabbi. Thank you for letting the way to continue, Ya Rabbi. Ya Rabbi, we're thanking you for the opening of this way, east and west, Ya Rabbi, north and south, Ya Rabbi. Ya Rabbi, we're asking for more strength to come from Sahib Saif, Ya Rabbi. Ya Rabbi, we're asking you to make us to live and to spread this way, the way that the Sahaba Kiram spread after Holy Prophet ﷺ, Ya Rabbi, to every corner of the world, Ya Rabbi, to every person who's asking, Ya Rabbi, to every person who's suffering, Ya Rabbi, to every person who's alone, Ya Rabbi. Ya Rabbi, let the mercy of Jamaat to reach to them, Ya Rabbi. Let the mercy of being with others to reach to them, Ya Rabbi. Ya Rabbi, those ones that are crying out for you sincerely, don't leave them alone, Ya Rabbi. Let our Shaykh to reach to them, Ya Rabbi. Let us to say Allah together with them, Ya Rabbi. Let us to give salawat together with them, Ya Rabbi. Ya Rabbi, for the sake of our Shaykh, Ya Rabbi, who's an Osmanli and Haqqani, Ya Rabbi. Raise the Osmanli again, Ya Rabbi. Raise the lifestyle of the Osmanli again, Ya Rabbi. Raise the sultans of the Osmanli again, Ya Rabbi. Raise Ghazi sultans again, Ya Rabbi. Raise Wali sultans again, Ya Rabbi. Raise those ones who live for you, Ya Rabbi. Raise those ones who die for you, Ya Rabbi. Raise those ones who sacrifice for you, Ya Rabbi. Inna salati wa nusuki wa mahyaya wa mamati lillahi rabbil alameen, Ya Rabbi. Let us to live like that, Ya Rabbi. Let us to live like our grandfather Ibrahim Khalilullah, Ya Rabbi. Let us to live for you, Ya Rabbi. Even if it's all alone, Ya Rabbi. Let us to live for you, Ya Rabbi. Let us to be ready to go into the fire for your sake, Ya Rabbi. Let us to be ready to sacrifice what we love most for your sake, Ya Rabbi. Ya Rabbi, we're asking you to please send that one that will bring an end to injustice, Ya Rabbi. Will bring an end to tyranny, Ya Rabbi. Will bring an end to the planning of shaitan, Ya Rabbi. Will bring an end to the system of Dajjal, Ya Rabbi. Ya Rabbi, let us to be ready for the takbir of Hazrat Mahdi alayhi salam, Ya Rabbi. Let us to hear that takbir, Ya Rabbi. Let us to obey that takbir, Ya Rabbi. Let us to be present with that takbir, Ya Rabbi. Let us to fight for the sake of that takbir, Ya Rabbi. Let us to be with him, Ya Rabbi. Don't let us to be fooled by Dajjal, Ya Rabbi. Don't let us to leave Jamaat, Ya Rabbi. Don't put us into the azab of separation, Ya Rabbi. Ya Rabbi, make us to be those ones that listen to our Shaykh when he says that the white is black and the black is white, Ya Rabbi. Make us to understand that he's seeing with the eyes of Haqq, Ya Rabbi. Don't lead us to our egos, Ya Rabbi. Don't leave us to our egos, Ya Rabbi. Don't leave us to shaitan, Ya Rabbi. Don't leave us to our own desires, Ya Rabbi. Ya Rabbi, we're asking you tonight, for the sake of the ones that you love, Ya Rabbi, for the sake of Holy Prophet ﷺ, Ya Rabbi, Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq, Ya Rabbi, Hazrat Umar al-Faruq, Ya Rabbi, Hazrat Usman al-Ghani, Ya Rabbi, Hazrat Ali al-Murtaza, Ya Rabbi, for the sake of Ashra Mubashir, Ya Rabbi, for the 5 al-Khamsa Ahli Aba, Ya Rabbi, for the sake of the Ottoman Sultans, Ya Rabbi, for the sake of our 41 Grand Sheikhs, Ya Rabbi, for the sake of Shaykh Abdullah Dagestani, Ya Rabbi, for the sake of Grand Sheikhs Maulana Nazim al-Lakhani, Ya Rabbi, for the sake of Sahib Sheikh Abdul Kareem al-Kibrisi Rabbani, Ya Rabbi. Accept our zikr, Ya Rabbi. Accept our dua, Ya Rabbi. Let us to be reunited with him, Ya Rabbi. Bless Sheikh Luqman Effendi, Ya Rabbi, for the sake of this holy night, Ya Rabbi.
Astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah. Dua.
Euzubillahimineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ya Rabbi, sen büyüksün, kerimsin, hakim olan, sultan olan, zülcelal ve ikram, malik-i mülksin, Ya Rabbi. Allah'ım iki cihan güneşi Muhammed Mustafa sallallahu aleyhi Efendimiz'e sonsuz salatü selam eyle. Onun layık olduğu makam Mahmud eylet. Bizi aciz kullarını Peygamber Efendimiz'in şefaatine nail eyle, Ya Rabbi. Biz, Ya Rabbi, Resulünü, Habibini, Ehl-i Beytini, sahabelerini, annelerimizi çok severiz. Bizler onlarla beraber cennetlerine komşu eyle, Ya Rabbi. Sahabe efendilerimiz, Ya Rabbi, Peygamberimizi nasıl anladılarsa bizleri de, Ya Rabbi, Şeyh Lokman Efendi'yi bu şekilde anlamamızı bize nasip eyle, Ya Rabbi. Bizlerin ahlaklarını Peygamber Efendimizin ahlakıyla ahlaklandır. Hanımlarımızı, kızlarımızı, Peygamber Efendimizin hanımları, bizim annelerimizin ahlakıyla ahlaklandır. Bizleri, Ya Rabbi, Süleyman Aleyhisselam gibi, Ya Rabbi, çok şükreden kullarından eyle. İbrahim Aleyhisselam gibi, Ya Rabbim, sofrası açık, çok tasadduk eden kullarından eyle. Peygamber Efendimiz gibi de, Ya Rabbim, güzel ahlak üzerine eyle, Ya Rabbi. Bizleri Allah'ım görünür görünmez kazalardan, belalardan, sıkıntılardan, musibetlerden, dertlerden, kederlerden, afatlardan, hastalıklardan, erkek insanların şerrinden, kadın insanların şerrinden, şeytan ve cinlerin şerrinden muhafaza eyle, Ya Rabbi. Allah'ım cemaatimizi fitneden koru. Allah'ım cemaatimizi ayrılıktan koru. Ya Rabbim, bizim şeytana gücümüz yetmez ama senin gücün her şeye yeter. Biz şeytanın şerrinden ya Rabbi sana sunuyoruz Allah'ım. Allah'ım selin önünde giden ya Rabbim çerçöp gibi olduk. Zulüm ya Rabbim dünyayı kapladı. Allah'ım sen bize yardım eyle. Biz beceremedik ya Rabbi. Becerenleri gönder ya Rabbi. Osmanlı'yı geri gönder ya Rabbi. Allah'ım o sultanlar ya Rabbim becerdi. İnşallah tekrar gelirler bu dünyaya nizamı kurarlar ya Rabbi. Allah'ım kalplerimize sekinet ver ya Rabbim. Bizlere birlik dirlik nasip eyle ya Rabbim. Bizi yalnız bırakma ya Rabbim. Bizi şeyhimizden ayırma ya Rabbim. Onu anlamayı bize nasip eyle ya Rabbim. Ya Rabbel Alemin Ya Rahmanirrahim.
Estağfurullah.
Ya
Estağfurullah.
Rabbi, Ya Rabbi bizlere yardım et. Bizi bize bırakma. Hakkı hak bilip hakkın yanında olan, batılı batıl bilip batılın karşısında olan kullarından eyle. İslam'ın sancağını ya Rabbim dünyanın her yerine dikmek nasip eyle. Bizi bize bırakma ya Rabbim. Amin. Amin. Amin.
Estağfurullah. Estağfurullah. Estağfurullah lazim ve lazim. La ilahe illa ve hiyyel kayyumatü billahi. Tevbeten abdin selmisi şura. Allahümme ente Rabbi la ilahe illa ente halakni. Estağuzu bike min şerri ma sana'tu. Ya Vahhab, Ya Vahhab, Ya Vahhab, Ya Musabib al-Asbab, Ya Mufatih al-Abwab, Min Qalib al-Qulub wal-Absar. Ya Lil Mutahirin, Ya Ghiyas al-Mustaghithin, Ya Hayy, Ya Qayyum, Zul Jalali wal-Ikram, wa fil amri Allah, inna Allah basirun bil ibad Allah. Salatin tunjina min jami' ahwali wa athari wa taqdira min jami' al-hajat wa tutahhiruna min sayyi'ati wa tarikina wa safat min jami' al-hayat ba'da al-mamat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa rahmati Muhammad bi firdi wa safat. Ya Rahman Rahimin arhamna, Ya Rahman Rahim fa'fu anna, Ya Rahman Rahimin. Ya Gafara zunubi, Sehtara Eyyubi, Fetahal Kulub. Amin, amin, amin. Ve selamun aleyhi ve elhamdülillahi rabbil alemin. İlâ şerefi Nebi Mustafa Resul. Şeyh Sultan Nazım. Sahibi sevgi Şeyh Nazım. El Fatiha. Allahümme salli. Fatiha.
Salli ala seyyidina Muhammedin nebiyyil ümmi ve ala alihi ve sahbihi ve sellim. Allahümme salli ala seyyidina Muhammedin
Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. La ilahe illallah, Allahu Ekber. Allahu Ekber ve lillahil hamd. Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. La ilahe illallah, Allahu Ekber. Allahu Ekber ve lillahil hamd. Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. La ilahe illallah, Allahu Ekber. Allahu Ekber ve lillahil hamd. Amin. İlâ şerefine Mustafa Resulullah sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem. الفاتحة.
Biz Osmanlıyız.
Biz Osmanlıyız.
Akşamlıyız.
Akşamlıyız.
Tekbir.
Allahu Ekber.
Tekbir.
Allahu Ekber.
Tekbir.
Allahu Ekber.
Walillahil hamd. May the takbir echo everywhere in the world, inshallah. May the takbir of Mahdi alayhi salam come soon. May we hear it, inshallah. May we be with those ones who are hearing and listening and obeying, inshallah. May we not be rebellious ones at the last minute. May our shaykh's feet always be on our necks. May we just jama'at always be one, inshallah. May Allah get rid of all our wrong characteristics and make us to become better ones. May Allah not test us, inshallah. Rahman. May Allah bless you and forgive me for the sake of Sahib al-Saif, Sultan al-Awliya, al-Fatiha. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum. Allah qabul sin, inshallah. We close 9 years. Who knows how many more years we're going to have. If there's anything that you want to say, feel free and say, inshallah. If we have the answers, we will answer. Ask. We are not responsible to know every answer to every question. The servants are the one that they know their place. We only want to become servants. We must know our place, our limits. If there's something you want to say, say. As the Holy Prophet ﷺ said, either say something that is going to benefit you and others, or else keep silent. Say something that is going to benefit you and others, or else keep silent. He is saying, ﷺ, O my nation, keep these two parts of your body. If you keep them safe, I will take your hand and bring you into Jannat myself. And they ask, what are these two parts, Ya Rasulullah? And he says, what is between the jaws, the tongue, and what is between the thighs, the private parts. These days, 21st century, mankind, maybe one day they're going to say, we changed that word to, we don't like mankind. We like monkey kind. Because everyone is turning to become an animal. Whatever they identify with their ego, that's what they want to be. They don't identify with what Allah wants them to be identified as. It is a problem. May Allah make us not to be from those ones. May Allah wake them up. May Allah keep us safe. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. If there's anything that you see, you don't like, you think it is wrong, any complaints, say. I'm addressing to all the men. Say, be a man. Come in front of me and say. If you're not saying and you're seeing something wrong, that burden is on you. Dunya and Akhirat. It's okay, as Shaykh. And he says, we are weak ones. We have a lot of burdens to carry. Anyone is free to take it. You don't like these words? Put it here. Don't take it. I will take it. Welcome to those who come and farewell to those who go. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Urs Mubarak. Welcome to everyone. Come, sit down. Have some tea.
الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عبدك ورسولك النبي الأمي وعلى آل سيدنا محمد اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد صلاة تكون لك رضاء وله المقدن لعه وآله أفضل ما جازيت به نبيا عن قومه ورسولا عن أمته فصل على جميع إخوانه من النبيين والصالحين يا أرحم الراحمين اللهم اجعل فضائل صلواتك وشرائف زكواتك ونوامي بركاتك وعواطف رأفتك ورحمتك وتحيتك وفضائل آلائك على سيدنا محمد سيد المرسلين ورسول رب العالمين قائد الخير وفاتح البر ونبي الرحمة وسيد الأمة. اللهم ابعثه مقاما محمودا تزلف به قربه وتقر به عينه يغبطه به الأولون والآخرون. اللهم أعطه الفضل والفضيلة والشرف والوسيلة والدرجة الرفيعة والمنزلة الشامخة. اللهم أعط سيدنا محمدا الوسيلة وبلغه مأموله واجعله أول شافع وأول مشفع. اللهم عظم برهانه وثقل ميزانه.
Forget to say Allah, that's the one who's going to get caught in the hook. Allah wants Hazrat Insan to remember him not by force, by understanding, by love. Everything else, he says, be. Hazrat Insan, he takes time to build, saying, this is my Khalifa. Shaitan saying, this one? Really? You're joking? How blessed we are that in these times of confusion, Allah is pulling us out from that confusion. What is it that we have done? Nothing. Something, wrong things we have done. It's making us to be under the shadow of Sultan al-Awliya, making us to be under the shadow of Sahib al-Sayf. Like what I said yesterday, today, Shaykh Effendi's maqam. Now that you're on the train, what are you going to do? Free ride? It's okay. You want to be the conductor? That's okay too. You can enjoy the scenery. Or you look at the driver and you say, he has the biggest responsibility. Let me try to do something to help. It's up to you. As the awliya Allah, they are saying, Hizmat, it is higher than ibadat. Anyway. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to you. Okay. You all look very serious. Yeah, let me give you candy. Tell me to laugh. Hamza, hadi. Abdul Rashid, here. Okay, any questions anyone has? Yes, Junaid. Yeah, question. Say. Yes, say.
Last couple of weeks you have talked about submission. Submission is not just black and white, like one day you don't have it and the next day you have it. There's levels of submission with everything. How does a murid look at himself and understand how much submission he has?
Your preamble has nothing to do with your question. Are you trying to derail me? Say again. Say it loudly. So you know that song, Say It Loud.
How does a murid look at himself?
How does a murid look at himself?
And understand.
In a mirror. Understanding? You can look at yourself. But your identity is in your face. It's in your eyes. Isn't it strange that the eyes that can behold these days with a Hubble telescope, this telescope, that, it can behold entire creation maybe, but you have no ability to look at yourself physically. You have no ability to look at your face. You cannot by itself unless it's through a mirror. So try to find yourself by yourself. Nothing. You may even look at yourself with a wrong kind of mirror, wrong kind of eyes, and fall in love with yourself. Like, not rose, not tulip, narcissus. You understand? So choose your good mirror. So how you know that you're going to have submission? Look in the mirror. Who is your mirror? Yes, it is your Shaykh that is the mirror. But the Shaykh may also say, no, look at this one. This one is also reflecting you a little bit. Look at this one. This is also reflecting you a little bit. Everyone is a reflection of you. Problem is, we only like good things and say this is a reflection of me. Bad things, we say, no, it's not me. Not even a lesson. Why you want submission? Why you want submission? For?
How can we, as you say that our aim is to be a servant, how can we be a servant without submission?
You can serve. There's so many people who serve, they don't have to submit. You can serve and you can be paid, and then you can go home. You can serve and you can have hate in your heart and feel forced. You can serve and you can hate your master for so many years. You can do that. You say the nice words, praising your master, but inside you hate. Yes? But why you want submission? What is it? What is submission? We're talking about Islam here, by the way. It's not philosophy. Islam is submission. Why you want it? For what reason? Unless you look at submission as a matter of life and death. Unless you look at submission that if you don't have, you will perish. Unless you look at submission as something that you cannot escape from. It becomes imperative, you understand? Important, most important. It's not a choice. And then you start taking steps towards it. So I don't have a choice. I don't. Then that time, if you are looking for it, searching for it, not thinking about it, not wondering, you're searching, you understand? And you're not going to stop until you find an answer. Imagine you're sick and you're searching for medicine, that's all. If you don't find the medicine, what's going to happen to you? You're going to suffer. Are we suffering because we don't have submission? No. Don't fool yourself. Billions, they're not suffering because they don't have submission. Yes, their souls are suffering. So many, they suffocate their souls, they don't feel nothing. Billions, they're not even putting their heads down to one time in their life in sajda to Allah. Don't look down on them. We used to be like that too, one way or another. And if Allah leaves us, we are going to be worse, of course. So that one, look to Allah, look to the Holy Prophet ﷺ. Many people are giving salawats, but they're giving salawats like it's a consolation prize to Allah. Like it's something to make them feel nice. You make or you don't make, it's okay. It's only sunnat. You understand? Then where are you going to put your guide, your murshid? So many people love to quote from Hazrat Rumi. MashaAllah, they quote him top to bottom. But read some of his love poetry for Hazrat Shams, and you say, this is gone. He's a madman. He's crazy. For his Shaykh. And so many will call him a person who is saying, my Shams and Allah and Prophet, they're all one. Wrong. So that necessity. I have no choice. I'm sick, I need the cure. I'm searching, I'm suffering. Hazrat Rumi found Hazrat Shams. Did his suffering end? It was just the beginning. He lost him. Found him again. And lost him again. Still looking. Still finding. Still losing. When this Mazub in Mecca asked Shaykh Abdullah, are you Muslim? He said, oh my son, all my life I've been trying to answer that question. Searching, looking, sincerely. So you're asking about when you are going to have full submission. Do we know what is half full submission? Is there such a thing as half full submission? Or 1/4 submission? Now instead of looking for full submission, we say, Alhamdulillah, today at least I didn't disobey openly like this or like that. Your expectations go down a little bit, until you become a little bit more humble, even in your requests. You understand? No, don't play the Sufi game. No, I'm the worst. No, I'm lower than you. No, I'm the worst one. But if someone touches your ego, oh, what a lion you become. Everyone become mirror on the wall. They don't like, they want to break the mirror. Cannot be. You try. You should not be. Now, like this question you're asking, don't look for submission. Just try to be a good one. Don't look for the prize. Try to be a good one. Like I said, if you don't know what submission is, how you know you have it? At least you're going to be a little bit clear what is not submission. Everyone's clear on that. Concentrate on that. You know, they say, via negativa, from the wrong way. What is not submission? Like that. Let me try not to be like that. Let me try not to be like that, like this, like this. Takes some time. Huh? The best ones in creation after the prophets took them 23 years. 23 years. Not 23 years London time or New York time or Chinese time. 23 years in the hands of Fahri Kainat, the jewel of creation. How about us? What chance do we have? Yeah. So be happy with small mercies of Allah. Today we did. I did this. Alhamdulillah. I didn't do this. Astaghfirullah. Let me try to do it. Because so many things that we're going through, especially on this trip. When I wash you up, for instance, is it something so mystical and so deep that you don't know what I'm talking about? If you don't know, I'll explain again. Different way. Not this way, this way. Understand that. Because a lot of the things that we do, it is by a bad habit that we have. It's only coming out in this action, this action, this action. But there is something basic all the way from there. If you don't know, I'll tell you. Then it is up to you. Where do you want to go from here? Where do you want to go from here? You take that one sincere step. If it's sincere enough, Allah is saying, I will take 10 steps to you. You understand? But don't say, oh, it's only Allah is going to do everything. No, He's saying, take one step towards me. Not 10, one. I will take 10 steps to you. That one step is not us using our will against Allah. That one step is us returning the will to Allah and using that will against our nafs. Then, slowly. Anyway, wa min Allahu tawfiq al-Fatiha. Bring the tea. Give the tea up. It's too much. Too much. Good morning. Give to guests. Ah, Maghrib. Astaghfirullah. And yes. Inshallah, I have answer.
Can I have a ijazah to go, please?
To where?
I'm going to go back to...
Oh, of course, you're free. Okay, feel free.
Thank you very much.
Ya
Thank you
Allah.
very much, my brothers.
Safe trip, inshallah. So, because I think Isha is entering soon. That's why. Anyone else? Any question? Inshallah. Say.
How does a person like tread the path like awliya Allah but not get lost in the sauce of wanting to be a wali of Allah? You know, like you see the Heba, you see the Jalali, you see the Jamali, and you want it for yourself. Like it's like you don't want to chase the station, but it's like I look like this. I would be lying to myself if I said I didn't want that.
That is only from the beginning. It'll change. If you didn't say it'll change. Slowly you'll understand. Okay? Because it's not a lie. If the Prophet ﷺ is saying, do this, this and this, and you will be this. Do this, this and this, and I will hold you. That is also the station that has been promised us. But you have to do this, this and this. You're going to pass from that too. And later you're going to understand. It is about service. It's not about payday. It's about the work. Then when you discover how bad your work is, then you say, Allah, Allah, I wanted this much pay. I don't even have the damn skills. Understand? And then every time you come to a crossroad, either you give up or you say, it's all crap, or you say, no, I'm going to persevere, I'm going to continue. If you value honesty, if you value sincerity, it's going to be easier. That means you are aware of yourself. If you are not sincere, you don't study yourself more. You don't know why you do this, you don't know why you do that. then it's going to take some time. But the person who is not letting go, one day he will have the skills to see also. And then later, you will understand, although Sultanate is promised, we want to be a servant. And Allah is saying, if you are my servant, I will make you to become the Sultan. Some, they're entering, they say, I want to be a Sultan, so let me become a servant. You understand? Later, if you're sincere, that will change too. You say, Astaghfirullah, how can I even want to become a Sultan? Do I fit into that? No. And then later, you're going to say, okay, I don't fit to Sultan, let me be a servant. Then they're going to test you a little bit. They're going to tell you, okay, you want to be a servant? Then be a good servant. Don't be a bad servant. So you keep cleaning yourself now. And after the cleaning, you come polishing. You understand? Don't look at tariqat as adding things to you. I must get this, I must get this. All other branch of learning is adding. No? Tajweed, Quran, this, that. It's adding things. This way, especially in the way of the Naqshbandi way, is not adding, it's taking away. Taking away. Taking away. You understand? La ilaha illa anta subhanaka in kuntu min al-zalimin. Trying to escape, they say you are endangering even those around you. They start taking away, losing. Losing, yes, losing more of yourself. That's why they call us cult. You lose your identity. That is true. We don't want our egoistic, false, fake identity. We want the identity of ruhuniyat. We want the identity that is the light that is coming from the Holy Prophet ﷺ. So like Hazrat Yunus, now in that ship, he's watching and he's understanding, but he's not moving. But everything is thrown out until there's nothing left except for the people. And now he cannot escape. He says, it is me. I have to throw myself out. And he did. And what happened when he threw himself out? He disappeared into the belly of a whale. And what was he doing there? He's saying, it is you, Ya Rabbi. And I am one who does zulm to myself. That was a prophet. He didn't do anything wrong. You understand? So you start getting rid. Wrong characteristics, different ways of thinking, different habits. You're not adding on, you are getting rid. Now you're going to say, why am I thinking that way? Allah is saying, Prophet is saying, my guide is saying, think like this. I have 1,000 excuses for that. Throw that out. Until you become a bit more empty. It's not enough. That's why a lot of people, they run to Christianity. They say, our Lord doesn't want us to end it. He loves us. This one, He makes you understand divine love. You understand? Act of giving, not receiving. You're empty. It's not enough. You have to clean. Sometimes it's too dirty. Just have to break it. That hurts a little bit. But what is this that's being broken? It is just your idol. It's just your idol. The idol that you've been worshipping yourself at. That's being broken. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Never forget that is the sunnah of Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam. Qurban is coming. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. All right. Yes, Nisud. What else we say? Yes, Junaid, you look very. Yes, Ramadan.
What's the difference nefis and shaitan?
Shaitan disobey Allah one time. Became an enemy to man. Shaitan. Oh. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Yeah. It's good. Now we don't have all this electricity to bother us. Now there's nothing to look at also, you open your heart. No need, turn off the light. We know how we look. Physically we know. Because of all, I think all the ACs and everything that's on, huh? Yeah. We didn't think about that. I was just starting to like the darkness. Okay. Shukr, alhamdulillah. Shaitan became the enemy of man. Enemy of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. Shaitan is still a servant of Allah, thinking he's serving Allah in his own way. The nafs is a creature that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created that is disobedient to Allah every second. Allah saying, our nafs is 70 times more powerful than shaitan. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not even give shaitan the power to disobey him 2 times. Or 3 or 4. Our ego is in complete disobedience. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has not left us alone with that ego. The spirit, our spirit, is the most powerful that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created. And if we are able to control that ego, it will make our ascension, our mi'raj, quick, fast. Shaitan is outside. The ego, it is inside. Shaitan has no permission to enter unless we open the door. And then shaitan will enter. That time the shaitan can become the sheikh of the ego. Ego has a power. The ego is very stupid also. Same thing. Same playbook. But shaitan can give ideas that the ego cannot even imagine. But the one who is able to control his ego, he has that power to control his shaitan. And this is a prophetic tradition. As the Holy Prophet ﷺ himself says, the Bani Adam, every man, he has a shaitan. Some they have 2, 3, it doesn't matter. They have a shaitan. And the Sahabi is asking, even you, Ya Rasulullah? He says, yes, but I'm controlling him. Don't think with your small brains to think that Prophet ﷺ is with shaitan. Don't think that way. It's a different meaning to that. You understand? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, have I not warned you, O children of Adam, not to worship shaitan? Because he is an open enemy. Awliya Allah, they're saying. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is meaning also, have I not warned you, O children of Adam, not to worship your ego? Because he is a hidden enemy. That's why in this way, we are concentrating on the ego. Ya Allah, give us more power, inshallah. Control of the ego and the shaitan is not according to your intelligence. It's not according to how much you know. You can recite whole Quran, not just to say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitan rajim. But if that shaitan is already inside your heart, game over. If those shaitanic characteristics is already inside, it's finished. That time you can be a hafiz of Quran or hafiz of the 4 books. You still will not be able to get rid of that. If you recognize it. Most are not going to understand or recognize that egoistic characteristic inside. Or they say, no, I'm not an angry person. I'm not a proud person. I don't have any jealousy. I don't have any anger or stubbornness. These are the 4 characteristics of shaitan that we inherit. You cannot read books for this. Impossible. You have to find the living book. Prophet ﷺ is the walking Quran. He is not going to tell you to read his book or to read any book. He's going to train you to open up your book and read. And so many with ego, they're going to say, I cannot read. You understand? They will say, read. They say you cannot read. You know why? Because you're not reciting in the name of Allah. You're not reading in the name of Allah. Your ikra is reading in the name of your ego. You have to have that one to teach you how to read. Read what? What is in your heart. As it was with the Holy Prophet ﷺ. Hazrat Jibreel ﷺ did not come down from the sky with a book under his arm and say, read. And what happened? He says, I cannot read. And Hazrat Jibreel held him hard and squeezed him, hugged him, squeezed him, transferring that divine knowledge. Then he says, now read. So, if you're interested, find someone who'll teach you how to read. It's never ending. He's going to tell you to read your book that you are going to read anyway on the day of judgment. You're going to open up that book. May Allah not make us to be in the presence of all creation and to read our wrong things that is in our book. Shaitan's these 4 characteristics, he will never change. His anger is never ending. Towards who? Of course, in reality, towards Allah. He's saying, you make mistake. You're asking me to bow down to him, you make mistake. You created him to become your Khalifa, you make mistake. Hasha, astaghfirullah. His anger is never ending. His stubbornness is never ending. His envy and his arrogance never ending. Man who is busy looking for these 4 characteristics and hundreds and thousands of characteristics from these 4, they will win for themselves. On the day of judgment, Shaitan will escape from so many wrong things. As Allah is saying to us, be careful from his whispers. Allah is not saying be careful from his poison or from his power. Or be careful from his whispers. You know who whispers to you? Who whispers to you? People that you trust. Yes? They can get so close to you and they say it in such a way, you drop everything and you just listen. I talk, you listen, you don't listen, you can dream, you can zone in and out. But if I come up to you and say, listen, listen, immediately you snap up and you pay attention. So Shaitan is going to say to Allah, I did not hold a gun to their head, Ya Rabbi, to tell them to commit all these wrong crimes. This is your Khalifa. You are sending so much power from your divine energy, screaming at him every day. Your angels are screaming and saying, talking to them every day. The prophets are speaking to them every day. The awliya Allah, they're speaking to them. The intelligence that you give is screaming to them. But they didn't want to listen. I just whisper. And they listen. No, I did not force them to do it. This is awareness, you understand? Because the most dangerous ones are the ones that are close to you. What the Chinese, they say, keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer. You ever wonder why Naqshbandi way? We're not keeping the friends of Allah close. Listen carefully. But we are keeping awareness of our ego closer. Because the one who's just keeping the friends of Allah close, one day he's going to imagine he's one of them. But the one who's keeping his enemies closer, he is always fighting and cleaning himself. He's not going to get tricked. Sohbat is to remind us. Jamaat is to remind us. As Shaykh Maulana is saying, the masters, they give the instructions. The murids, they must practice. May Allah keep us together to take and to practice and to put into our lives, inshallah. Al-Fatiha. Your question about submission, and I turn back the question to you. And your question about wanting to be like your guide or like the Prophet, ﷺ, those good qualities. Shaykh Effendi telling us that it was Shaykh Abdullah who said, this is related, listen carefully. Unless your reason for going into seclusion is because you believe that you are the most dirty one and needs to go to seclusion to clean yourself, unless you have that understanding, your seclusion is not accepted. Now, what are people going to seclusion for? Meaning you go into seclusion because you're looking, I am the worst one, this world would be better without me. That's why I have to pull myself out. Of course, there are different levels of seclusion. But this is the same principle, you understand? I have to clean myself. And so easy to say I'm dirty, but do you understand how you spread that dirtiness? Astaghfirullah. Inshallah, we are weak ones. We're asking support from the holy ones, inshallah. We don't know anything. If there is something that is good in what we are hearing tonight, it is coming from our Shaykh. It's not coming from us. If it's nothing good, then that's my fault. It's okay. We're not claiming. Okay, come on. This much is enough. Inshallah. Any other question? Bismillah. Yes, Abdul Hamid. How are you?
Alhamdulillah.
That's good. It's 10:30. Isha entered or no? Yeah, it has entered. Time has entered. Okay. Cherkas! It's not listening. Quickly call Azan. We'll pray Isha, inshallah. Fatiha.